Bachelor's Gabby Windey is playing down previous relationships with Blake Horstmann and Dean Unglert. We have a lot to get into. Hey guys, and welcome back to another shared news. We have got to talk about Gabby's past with Blake and Dean, as it is all everyone is talking about in Bachelor Nation. But before we get into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I am your host and Bachelor expert, Zachary Reality and Clayton's season of The Bachelor is already off to a hot start because one of the contestants, Gabby, who is an ex-NFL cheerleader for the Denver Broncos and also an NICU registered nurse, talks a little bit about her past with two former Bachelor alums during the Talking It Out podcast with Mike Johnson and Bryan Aboslo. Gabby says, Blake and I had mutual friends and met shortly after I graduated college. We never actually went on a date. There was no drinks paid for. There was no dinner paid for. Blake is saying we dated. He's definitely friends of friends. You know, we had spent time together and stuff, but definitely no like official dating, no really kind of formal, no exclusivity. And again, it was a really long time ago. So this is how Gabby is describing her past relationship with Blake Horstmann, who we know from Becca Kufrin's season in Bachelor in Paradise. But Blake also touched on this relationship during his Behind the Rose podcast. And this is what Blake had to say, because Blake also came to the realization that Gabby dated Dean, so he had to weigh in on that as well. Blake says, we like the same girls. I didn't know Dean, obviously, until 2018, but Gabby was a good friend of my very good friends from college. I met Gabby long before I was on The Bachelorette. I want to say maybe 2015 or 2016. We hung out for a little bit, so I knew her very well. And Dean, I don't know how it came up, but one time me and Dean were sitting there. I think we were in Buffalo and he mentioned Gabby and I was like, how do you know Gabby? And he was like, dude, she was like my girl in college. You know, we were in love, blah, blah. So it seems like Gabby dated Dean in college and they were lovers. They were dating for a couple years, I believe. And then Gabby dated Blake shortly after college, and Blake and Dean never even met until Bachelor in Paradise, which we all saw 2 or 3 years back. So that's when they were able to kind of become friends and put together that they apparently dated the same girl in their earlier 20s. All these people are from Colorado, so this is the Colorado Bachelor Inner Circle. And we also saw in Bachelor in Paradise that season that Blake and Dean both dated Kaylin, who Dean has now been with for 2 years. And there was the whole stagecoach gate between Blake and Kaylin, so it was a whole mess. So Blake and Dean seem to be dating a lot of the same girls, go figure. But Gabby further explained on the Talking It Out podcast that she has had other boyfriends since Dean and Blake, and Dean and Blake really taught her a lot of things about relationships and self-improvement. She says, I think they are great people, great guys, and I'm sure it was great to meet them, and I'm grateful for those nice things that they said about me, and it's nice to clear up my dating history. Which I kind of resonated with her on that because we were talking about Gabby dating Dean and Blake for maybe 3 months when this story was first leaked, and Gabby was not able to talk about it because she was going on The Bachelor and you're not allowed to talk about things until you're able to talk about them. So it's nice that she's getting this platform to go on the podcast and kind of clear it up so we can put this chapter behind us and just focus on Gabby and Clayton, because that is who she is pursuing on The Bachelor right now. And it seems like she is going to be a front runner on the show. But Dean also had to weigh in on the whole situation. We have not heard from him. He talks a little bit about his past with Gabby and her going on the show on his podcast, Help I Suck at Dating. Dean says, Gabby, she was one of my main exes. She was my girlfriend from college. Producers called me and they were like, hey, we're thinking of casting this person. What do you think of her? We know that you dated her 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, she's great. If she gets selected for the show, she'll either win the show or she'll be the next Bachelorette. And I firmly believe that. Now, I kind of heard from sources that Dean always described Gabby as the one that got away. So I'm not surprised that he has such high things to say about her. And I mean, we know that Dean is in this relationship with Kaylin, so I'm sure the past is done, the past is all in the past, but Dean is definitely rooting for Gabby on this season of The Bachelor. And we saw her, you know, night one, she had a cute high pony on, she accepted the rose, she was a little quick to grab it at the rose ceremony, but based on the trailer, it seems like Gabby is going to go pretty far in the season. What do you guys think about this mess? I feel like I explained it the best way I could about her two exes. Lots of podcast stories and podcast drama going on. But Gabby is definitely someone I think is very flirty and fun. I love that she's a nurse and she was a cheerleader. So I will be rooting for her this season on The Bachelor. But let us know in the comments what you guys think about her past with Dean and Blake. Is that a red flag? Because they both were kind of F-boys on Bachelor in Paradise. And do we think Gabby will be suited great for Clayton, or is it already too much of a mess? Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future videos. As always, I am your host, Zachary Reality. My social media handle is on the screen right now, so be sure to give me a follow and come say hello. Let's talk all things Bachelor Nation. That is all we have for today, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye!